All right, let's look at the practice exam 1, problem number 5. All right, let's look at part A. All right, so whenever you have a limit, the first thing you should try is just plug in. All right, if you plug in x equals 3, you can see that the numerator is going to go to 0. All right. Then if you plug in here, 3 squared, 9 plus 3 is 12 minus 12. So you see that the denominator also goes to 0, right? So when you get the 0, 0, you cannot stop. We have to keep going, right? Then, but it indicates that when you have a 0, 0, it means that you're going to have a common factor on top and bottom. So we have to find a common factor. So you have a limit as h approaches, not h, sorry, x approaches 3, right? Then we actually know the factor. The factor is going to be x minus 3. So I'm going to put x minus 3 because we already have it. And I know that there's going to be x minus 3 hidden inside the denominator. So I'm going to put the x minus 3. All right, so this is just going to be a simple factoring out. So if you factor out the x squared plus x minus 12, you're going to get, let's say, x minus 3 times x plus 4, right? Then, since we found the common factor, you have x minus 3 on top and x minus 3 on the bottom. And so there's going to be 1 on top, right? Then we know that x is going to 3. So we have this x is going to 3, right? So you have there's 1 on top. And then you're going to have a 3 plus 4. So it's going to be 1 over 7. All right? So that's the limit here for part A. All right, and the part B is kind of similar, right? If you plug in, x equals 0, you can see that the denominator goes to 0, right? And here, if you put the 0 for x, you have a square root of 3 minus square root of 3. Of course, the numerator is going to go to 0 as well, right? All right, this one is a little tricky to find the common factor. So common factor will be x, but we do not see x on top very clearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this trick. I'm going to multiply top and bottom by square root of 3 plus x minus, plus square root of 3. Right, then I have to do exactly the same thing to the denominator, otherwise we're changing the quantity. So you have a square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 3. Right? And note that whenever you have a quantity a minus b times a plus b, and this simplifies to a squared minus b squared. All right, so we get to use that, and so this is going to be equal to, right? We still have a limit, so you have a limit as x approaches 0, right? Do not stop writing limit until you finish evaluating the limit. All right, then if you multiply out, you're going to do, so this is going to be a. This is like a squared would be 3 plus x minus b squared, b is square root of 3, square that, it's going to be just 3, right? Then denominator, we can't really do too much. We're going to, too much here. We're going to just have to write, sorry, I can't draw here. Yep, it's working now. All right, x times square root of, right, 3 plus x plus square root of 3, right? Then we can do cancellation. You're going to have a positive 3 minus 3, so that goes away. And then we can cancel x here, and cancel x on top, so you're going to have 1 there, right? Then x is going to 0, so this x actually just goes away, right? So you can see that this is going to be equal to, right, there's going to be 1 on top over, right, you have a square root of 3 plus square root of 3. So you're going to have 2 square root of 3, right? So this is the limit for part B. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.